What's going on, YouTube? Thank you so much for joining me today. You know how we do this. We start off with a great big thank you to all the men and women in all branches of service. Thank you so much for doing what you do, so the rest of us are free to do what we do. Okay, second, advocacy. We got to keep fighting, people. There's all kinds of things we can do. R2B smoke free, not blowing smoke, CASA. Those are all things that we can do to help. If you want to learn more, go to fdaregs.info. There's all kinds of things we can do. We got to keep fighting. If we don't do anything, that's what we're going to end up with, is nothing. So, oh, not the tank, not the tank. Got me a new hat. Got me a new t-shirt for Christmas. My wife. It's because she's awesome. Okay, so Griffin 25 mini. Got mine all in black. What we're going to do is we're going to drop down to the table. We're going to take a look at it, come back up, give you guys some thoughts, get you the heck out of here. Alright, so with every GEEK Vape product that I have had, it always comes with a ton of extras. There's a spare glass, there's these this nifty little three-way tool that if you don't have anything like this, then that's real nice. Always comes with a great big bag of extra goodies, O-rings, 510 adapter, different colored O-rings, yada yada yada. Okay, so it also has two different top pieces. It has the top airflow version, so you can spin this and it locks in on either side, and it has nice little clickies to let you adjust it, so it will stay put when you put it someplace. Here's their, drip tips. That's not a 510 standard, and then you have the non-top airflow version. This is the one that I use. I don't like this cap. The top airflow didn't do anything for me, except for really cut down flavor. I don't like the aesthetics. I don't like the way this lip feels when I take a vape. When I put the tip in my mouth and I vape, I don't like this edge. This one here appeals to me a lot more. It's more comfortable to vape on. It looks a lot better. So that's the one I have used. The rest of this pile is what you get. This is the tank completely disassembled. Here is the space Clapton, space fuse Clapton that I built and threw in here. Performs real nice. I think we're going to rip this out and we're going to try to put an alien in it. The one thing that I really like about this is that it has this little silicone plug that plugs the airflow and plugs the juice flow down here. You can see you got these little holes, so your wicks are going to sit on top of that, and the juice actually comes in from underneath. But this little plug lets you run it in single coil, which it works quite well in single coil, which is how I've mostly used it. I have thrown a couple dual coils in here, but I've been enjoying it in single coil, so that's what I've been doing. This block works really nice. If you do forget to put the block in, it will leak all over the fucking place. And then two-piece chimney design. So this is going to slide over top and screw down as soon as you get your threading. The threading's not super clean. It is a little sharp on some of the edges, but it's a $25 product. Glass slides over top of that. Take your top piece with your huge kidney-shaped fill holes, and I always run backwards just a little bit to make sure that the threads are lined up before I go forwards. There it is. Screw it all together, and there you go. That's how I have been using this the most. That's pretty much all. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. We got airflow control. What happens on one side happens on the other, but this is only held on by an O-ring, it just slides right off. So simple, easy to clean. Pop it back on, and there you go. It has stops on both ends. The resistance on the O-ring is fine. It's an O-ring, so it's not going to hold it 100%. It can move around just a little bit. I rock the airflow wide open, so 510 pin, you know, that's a nice pin, but it's a tank. I'm not ever going to put a tank on a hybrid mod. That's all I have to say about that. GEEK Vape, laser etched on the front. You got the GRIFFIN on the chimney, their logo on the other side. There you go. That's all there is to see, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back apart, and I'm gonna toss another build in here. I've got some aliens I made the other day. I'm going to run a single coil alien in here, and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so I tossed a new build in here. This is an alien coil that I built. This is one of the ones that didn't turn out as clean as I really wanted it to, so I saved it to throw in my tank here and put the clean ones in my RDA. Anyways, wicking this, a lot of people say with the two-piece chimneys that the troll dowel technique. So what that does is you pull your wicks up, kind of get them together like a troll dowel. Then you put your chimney over top, and you just separate your wicks and trim them and then shove them down in the holes. I have had zero luck with this technique on this RTA. It either is too full, won't wick, or it is not enough and it leaks. So I'm going to trim this down the way I've had luck with it, and show you what that looks like. All right, so I trim mine down right about like that, and then take a little screwdriver or something and make it so the ends of the wicking are just sitting on that little ledge there, right on top of that wicking hole. And this one here is fighting us and popping back up. But, so that is what my wicking has looked like. Alright, we'll get a little bit of juice on here and that'll stay better, and we'll be able to get the top cap on it. So the juice I'm putting in there today is Mom's Coil Tonic from Vaporia. They are a local shop to me. They make all their juice in-house, and this stuff is really pretty damn nice. This is, they're calling it a cereal vape. It's supposed to be like Captain Crunch. For me, it's less of the cereal vapes, any other cereal vape I've had, and it's way more of like the milk in the bottom of the bowl. I'm typically not a cereal vape guy, but I really enjoy this one. We're going to get this all juiced up. Get our chimney on there. Get our wick to stay put a little better now that it's got some juice on it. Now, this wicking technique, doing it like this, I have had great success with. It never leaks. It never, it doesn't give me dry hits. That's what's worked for me. Let's get back towards the center of the. But so, all right, we're gonna We're gonna put this back together and get back up top. All right, so there's a quick little look at the GRIFFIN 25 Mini. I've had mine for quite some time. I think I got mine back when I got my Hexome. I'll make sure I track down a link to where I bought mine, so you guys can, if you're interested, get one for yourself. It's been a great little tank. In the close-ups, when I mentioned that little silicone plug, you have to make sure you put it in there or it leaks all over the place. Well, I got in a hurry trying to shoot this, put it back together without putting that plug in there. And before it made a mess, I remembered, went and dumped my tank out. and I put it back in, and no, it doesn't leak. It's been great. It's been great. It's taken me quite a long time to figure out the way that works for me to wick this. I tried and tried and tried and tried the troll doll technique, and I got one of two results. It either leaked all over the place or it choked off. I didn't get anything in between. It never, the troll doll technique just didn't work for me. How I showed you in the video or in the close-up, that's what works for me, and it works perfect every time. So, yeah, it's been a great little tank. I've really enjoyed it. I've used it mostly in single coil. This is kind of my, driving in the truck vape, or something like that, because dripping and driving, that's a bad idea. It's been great. It's been a nice little tank. I've had zero problems with any of the machining or any quality control or anything like that. Once I figured out what worked for me to wick it, it's been great. So that's all I got, people. Remember, keep on fighting, and we'll see you next time.